What are like the red flag, like when you get a turn back on a deal, and you see how the other attorney or the other counsel has marked it up? What are some of the things that you immediately will know, like, hey, this is going to be a friendly like negotiation, or like not an easy one, but one where it's like we're on kind of common ground and they're not being unreasonable? And then what are some of the things that you would see and be like, okay, this guy, like, he's going to be difficult, and maybe like what he's putting in here is not necessarily like what's best for his client. He's just trying to flex and things like that. I mean, is it easy to tell
Yeah.
that when you get a turn back, or is like,
Yeah,
have you just been
yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
spot that?
No, that's a really cool question. So, like, it gets into the tone of the negotiation, right? And so you have principal to principal business level, right? Understanding, which is generally going to be more collegial, and then you have the relationship between the lawyers, right? And what you want to do for a smooth transaction, generally speaking, is to harmonize the two, right? And so when you see an interaction between principals that are very friendly. And I guess they're not friendly 100% of the time, but most of the time in negotiated deals, unless you're talking about, specific times of auction processes, anything off market is going to be done on a relationship basis. A lot of trust will be built there. There will be a level of comfort with one another. When you see documents come over from the lawyer of the other side that are not in harmony with the spirit of the business deal, like that tells you that somebody is flexing, right? In
Yeah.
terms of the communication plan, like outside of the documents, okay, like did this opposing counsel like call me and talk about this stuff? Did they send an issues list? Did they offer to talk about it? Did they preview it? Right? Are they attempting to achieve a negotiated outcome, or are they attempting to, exert leverage that they believe that they have of some kind? The next question is, well, do they actually have that leverage, right? And there will be cases where, you and your client sort of have to take your medicine and be, cognizant of the commercial reality in which you're operating. Negotiating leverage is a fascinating thing because it's something that's dictated by decisions that you make probably 5, or more years before you get into that position, right? In terms of the, you know, imperative that you actually engage in that transaction or not, or maybe 1 to 5 years before. Um, but if they're not sort of adding on those, soft communication touches and sort of being sensitive to the business deal that you've cut, and you're just getting a bloody markup that is steadying back the stuff that you sort of thoughtfully put in the last round, like that suggests there's going to be a situation that could get a little out of control, and you need to get in front of it, immediately, right? And that's
Yeah.
under those circumstances, you're sort of getting the issues and tone in front of your client and sort of reducing things to commercial issues and why they're important to your guys, so that you can sort of tee it back up to the business side. Like, it is not in my style to sort of like get on, big lawyers calls and scream at each other for an hour. I think that maybe others. I don't think that's an effective way to negotiate deals. By virtue of having a background where you can take legal issues and sort of reduce them to actuarial financial risk, that allows you to commercialize legal changes, right? Such that when you do have those problems, you can sort of work with your client to elevate them and get them resolved at a commercial level before it becomes something else.